Record rating.
No.
No.
Skip, if you think about it, what makes records is interesting. Where's the personality? Tell me the guy that has personality. It's going to be about Jerry. It's going to be about Jerry and Steven. That's what it's always about. That's what Jerry cares about. Skip, I'll guarantee you, if I say, Jerry, I'll give you an opportunity. You could have a Lombardi or an extra comma. Which one do you think he's taking, Skip? That extra comma. That's what Jerry cares about. Don't let Jerry fool you. They're going to, when we were the first group to do Hard Knocks in 2001, coming off the Super Bowl. Ozzie and Brian basically stood back. They did their jobs. Ozzie and Brian would talk to the guys about, you didn't make it. You need to, you need to pick it up. Jerry's in everything. Man, the owner, Art Modell, was not talking about no player that was getting cut. Art didn't do that. So he wasn't going to do anything for the cameras to shine a light on him, to make it about him. It's about the players. And Jerry and Steven is not going to let it be about the players. And the personality, okay, Zeke, Amari, Van Der Esch. I want to know the guy, you still ain't told me nobody. So who's the Nate Newton? Who's the Michael Irvin? Who's the Charles Haley or the Deion Sanders?
I got answers. I got them.
Oh, go ahead, D. Go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So, first of all, let's frame this by saying that league rules exempt teams from appearing on Hard Knocks if they have a first-year head coach. Well, now we have a second-year head coach in Mike McCarthy.
Right.
If they've reached the playoffs in either of the previous 2 seasons. Well, we have not, unfortunately.
Y'all's pride.
Or if the team has participated in the show in the previous 10 years. We have not.
Yeah, 2008 was the last one.
Yeah, okay. So we're check.
Yeah.
And it is bonanza for Hard Knocks. This will set record ratings for them because the one thing you're overlooking, this draft class, I think they talk better than they play. And I hope I'm wrong about that, but these are some big, bad
Are you going to showcase them?
I don't know if Jerry has editorial control of the product.
Yeah, you do. Yes, absolutely.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, can you actually tell them there's not enough of me in this episode?
Yes.
Can you force them to put more of me in there?
Obviously, Skip, they're going to give the head coach and on the general manager, you have creative control what's going to actually get aired. If something you don't want to get aired.
I would think that's veto control. Like you can take that out.
Yes.
I don't know if you can make them put that in. I need more of me and my family.
No, it's not about putting more in, but of all the Cowboys, who's the most interesting one?
Okay, Michael Parsons might just light it up. He is a huge talker and a huge presence on a defense that was historically bad.
Right.
They gave up more points than any team in the history of the Dallas Cowboys franchise.
Yes.
And you love him.
I do.
And
I do.
I think you will be on the edge of your seat to see what he has to say because I think he's going to take this show over. And then the second-round kid, Kelvin Joseph from Kentucky, cornerback. Well, he's already had a rap career. It's been going on for like 4 years, and he's boss man fat. I don't know. You don't think that'll work on Hard Knocks? Come on, seriously. He might have a recording studio in his dorm room.
You know what? They might have him say, drop a line for us right quick. Let's see what you got.
Well, you know that's going to come up.
They just might do that.
And then Nashawn Wright, he said right after he got drafted, I'm better than Richard Sherman.
Oh.
You are? And he had to call and apologize to Richard Sherman. And speaking of Richard Sherman, I don't know if Jerry would consider this a bonus or a threat, but I still think there's a real good chance that they sign Richard Sherman. I could be dead wrong about that, but as much as I have had my personal difference with Richard, I would love to see him in that locker room as a player coach, so to speak.
I definitely think Sherm would add something to the Hard Knocks.
That's what I'm saying. Would he not take over an episode here or there?
Yes.
Right? I can just keep going down the list. This whole recruiting class, I was just astounded at how big their mouths were. But again, you got to back it up. I loved it because it's very entertaining.
Now, if they'd have had Hard Knocks when you were covering the Cowboys, now that was box office. With Michael and Nate Newton and Emmett and Time and Haley and all those antics. Well, I don't even know they could have aired half the stuff because there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you can't air.
How about when I first started covering? Too Tall, Harvey Martin, Roger Staubach, I can go.
But see, Skip, people think that the Cowboys are the 90s. But the Cowboys was always troubled. They always had issues. It was the Raiders got the credit for having the issues and running the file with the law. But you go back and look at the 70s Cowboys. They were just as bad, if not worse.
I wrote a book about it called God's Coach, and the greatest irony was Landry was viewed by much of the Bible Belt as God's coach.
Yes.
And God watched the team through the hole in the roof at Old Texas Stadium.
Yeah.
And yet they had more bad boys on that team than anybody had.
Yes.
They had more police blotter Cowboys than anybody, way beyond the Raiders. You can read I detailed all of the law breaking.
Whatever you think the worst somebody's done in the last 15 years in the NFL, they had some guys that did worse.
It was like real bad.
Yes.
They had some things that I can't even start to talk about on television.
Exactly.
Correct. So that team would have worked. The 70s would have worked. The 80s, but 90s, yes.
90s. Whew. Because they had personality. I mean, was there ever an offensive lineman that had more personality than Nate Newton?
Nope.
Nope.
In my second book that I wrote, he took over that book from me. And every time I got stuck on something while I was writing the book, I just picked up the phone and called Nate.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, hold on just a second, let me type that. You know, like he was extraordinary as a talker, and he was an insightful talker.
Right.
And he had the courage to say anything about anybody and tell the truth.
Right. And that's the thing, Skip. I think the thing is with Hard Knocks is that if you tell the stories about the players, what it's like, because, Skip, people want to go inside, what's it really like in a training camp? What's it really like? You know, the meetings and the waking up and the soreness and, you know, the rookies singing and the guys, you know, we taping them to the goalposts and putting them in the cold tub. All of that is a part of it. So if you're going to make it about the players, why, Jerry? Skip, you got a radio show, you got a TV show. You know what, guys? I'm going to be involved in this as little as possible. Y'all ain't really got to feature me. Make it about the players. Okay, then you got something. But Jerry, you can't be the Suge Knight or the Hard Knocks.
That's true. Good point.
I mean, would actually be P. Diddy.
Yeah, that's true.
That's P. Diddy.
Okay, think of the plot lines. Can Dak live up to the biggest quarterback contract in the history of this league? I don't know. He hadn't over the last 17 games. I better hope so. Zeke's got a new running backs coach that's like an independent guy who's been working with him, putting out videos. Right. He's quicker and stronger and faster than ever. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, I better hope so. And then CeeDee Lamb, you know, there is a history in this league of sophomore receivers just splashing, just breaking out. I think he will. And will he light up Hard Knocks? Because he hasn't talked that much because he hasn't had a chance to talk that much. Well, maybe.
I don't really know a whole lot about his personality. Is he a talker, Skip?
He was pretty good the night of the draft, and then he kind of went radio silent because I think he felt like, I got to earn this before I...
Nah, the only thing I remember him from the draft that he was sitting there with a girl and she tried to grab that phone. And he's like, nah, so you ain't going to let you do it. You ain't going to be able to do that one. The mom was like, So that's what I remember from CD. But Skip, you need for these things to work, you need personalities. So I'm anxious to see the guy that steps to the forefront.
Who was your favorite pick before the draft? Michael Parsons.
Where are these bugs coming from in here?
I don't know. There are bugs in here, and I don't know. But they're only on your side. Who knew?
Yeah, I don't know what it is going on. Somebody can close the door or something.
Maybe it's the Mountain Dew. Maybe
your arguments are so bad that they're drawing flies.
These things special here. These special here.
Really?
But guess what, Skip? You know what I want them to do? Hard Knocks, because they only do training camp. I need them to chart you guys the rest of the year so they can see that failure. See when y'all miss the playoffs, when you go, 17 games now, when you go 8-9. That's what I need to see.
That just might win the East this year.
No, they ain't gonna win no East. No, the Giants gonna win. The Giants gonna win the East.
Oh, this is easy for Dallas.
Giants, Washington, Cowboys.
You're betting on the Giants quarterback?
Giants, Washington, Cowboys. You be third.
Really? Okay, I don't know how much we bet on first, but if you want to do it on third, I'll take third now for 10 more cases.
I give you 5.
5 cases for third
place.
I think we have 5 on first.
Yep.
Okay, so they have to finish third place for me to lose 10 cases.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, good. I just won 10 more cases.
No, you didn't. First of all, y'all not winning the division. So in worst case scenario, we'll split. We be even.
I got this.
I'm not winning the division, Skip.
What's that quarterback's name for the Giants? I forget that guy.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
What y'all gonna do with that?
You just bet on.
What y'all gonna do with that? What y'all gonna do with that defense?
You just bet on Daniel Jones.
What y'all gonna do with that defense?
Micah Parsons.
No, y'all can't score on their defense.
Huh?
Y'all can't score on their defense. And the Washington football team, you know that defense going, Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic good for one big game, and it's going to come against you. Do y'all play y'all on Thanksgiving? Who y'all play on Thanksgiving? Because y'all going to catch an L on that day, too.
I can't remember.
It's an L. Don't worry about it.
Yep. It's an easy win, though.
Hey, no, Skip.
I already looked. I think they're going to win 12 games.
You do realize, like, when people look at their schedule and they see the Cowboys, they say that's a win. You do realize, like you say, you look at it, that's an easy win. They're looking at other teams are looking at their schedule like, okay, win, Cowboys, yep, that's a win for us. Yeah, that's how they look at y'all.
Who's got the best quarterback in the East right now?
I'm not so sure y'all got the best coach in the East, though. Do y'all got it?
So you just admitted I got the best quarterback, and if you got the best quarterback,